Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Eric Devendorf, your host of the Sports Table Podcast. Today, we have an unbelievable guest, former Syracuse legend, one of the greatest to ever put on an orange jersey. He was born in D.C. He reps number 21, and he goes by the nickname of Lawrence Poetry and Moten. Lawrence, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Absolutely, E. It's good to see you, man. Always, you know, you like my brother.
Absolutely. I appreciate you coming on, man. So, look, before we get into it and talk about basketball in the orange, I want to talk about you were almost a football player, man. You were almost you was gonna be an NFL guy, and that's what I'm hearing. Before you were really shining in basketball, you were shining on the football field in high school. You were a high school All-American. Tell me more about that. About you playing football and why you ended up turning to basketball.
Well, man, I was blessed. Definitely, I started out playing football first. I always love playing football, man, growing up. But that basketball, football thing, it was like when it was basketball season, I was here. When it was football season, I was here. It was like a seesaw. So I love both of the sports. I had great teammates and great competitors in the DC area that you had to play both where I was from. It wasn't just the one sport thing. So yeah, I was blessed to play both, man, and play them very well. And there's no doubt in my mind I would have been in the NFL if it wasn't the NBA for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you come to Syracuse in 1991. Um, you're All-American, All Big East, 2,334 career points all time at Syracuse, and just till recently, all time in the Big East. I mean, what gave you that confidence coming in as a freshman right away, just being able to score the ball like that and be an instant star? Because look, I think you averaged 19 points your freshman year, but you never averaged less than 18 in your career. And then your career high, I think it was 21 and a half your junior year. But I mean, what gave you that confidence to come in right away off rip and just be able to score the ball like that and have that confidence playing at a high level?
Well, like I said, back to high school, I averaged 28. So,
Okay.
I have 28 points in high school. I had a great teammate, Charles Harrison, who ended up playing at Georgetown and Wake Forest, may he rest in peace. And he averaged 25. So, it was a situation where, I was just confident, man, and understanding if I had to do what I had to do, and play my game, everything, would pretty much fall into place. And having the practices, when I came to Syracuse and practicing with the guys, even playing pickup with the guys, I was holding my own. And then we happened to have an orange and blue scrimmage. You know
Yeah.
about the orange and blue scrimmage.
Oh, absolutely.
And I ended up giving them 40.
Yeah. Freshman year, 40.
Yeah, freshman year 40. So
Come on,
DJ Dave Johnson, man, came to me, man, and I never forget it. I was in practice. We was getting ready to go to practice, and we were in the locker room. And DJ said, "Man, coach, you will believe what he said to me, Mo. What he said." So I'm like, "What he say, D? What he say?" He said, "Man, he walked me in my. He told me to come to the office, and walked him in the office and slammed the door. And turned around and said, 'Did you see that fucking Moten?'"
man. Yeah.
So once D told me that, it kind of gave me the confidence. Just play, just play.
Yeah.
And I did that, man. I took pride in getting steals and little, putbacks, whatever it took, man. I was always, even growing up, I might sound weird, E, but I used to. It was like 6 points a quarter. That was in my head, six a quarter.
Okay. Yeah. That's
Quarters in
three
high school.
buckets. That's three buckets. That's
And that ain't even
somebody like
including
me.
free throws. That ain't even
Right.
including free throws. That ain't even
Yeah.
including free throws. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's a situation like that, man. And 6 4 times, you good. Pretty much 24. You know how it go, man. So just just always thought like that, man. And vision. I was big on seeing things happen before they happen. Even to go back to my football days. I was, I used to just My mother used to wash my clothes, man, my uniform, bro. And I had two beds in my room. So I would lay my uniform, my football uniform, on one bed, and I would get in the other bed, Joe, and close my eyes and see myself doing great things. And the majority of the times it happened. You
Yeah.
know. That's why even today when I'm talking to the youth, man, I say you got to see it. If you want it, you got to see it.
Right.
The
Before
vision.
you do it, you gotta see it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So always I guess was blessed with that knack and that talent, and coming here was definitely a blessing. My high school teammate was Marvin Graves. He was a great football player at Syracuse.
As one of the greats.
Absolutely. So, we would always conversate and talk, and he would let me know some good things. And then Billy Owens was my favorite player, growing up. He was like one of my favorite now. He the godfather of my kids. It's like funny
Mm.
how things work out, man. That's why we always, no matter what era, we always show love for each other because we bleed orange, man. We bleed
Yeah.
orange. So yeah, God has been good, man. But you know how it go. We not finished.
No, absolutely. Still a lot to do, Mo. But look,
Absolutely.
so when you heard, like, you talked about it a little bit, but when you heard Coach say that, or when DJ told you that Coach said that,
Yeah.
what's that do for your confidence, man? Like because Coach B, he a Hall of Fame coach. Like
Yeah.
even at that time, he was on his way. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
when you hear a young fella, you coming in here and you hear your coach say that, or
Yeah.
you find that out, you like,
Yeah. If you
it's Alicia
basically,
Pitbull.
basically, if you
Yeah,
don't take heed to that, and then, and don't just go out and just do what you do, you
come
shouldn't be
on.
playing. You shouldn't be playing the game. Plain and simple. That was my cue. Like I said, bro, and DJ was a good, funny guy, man. So he gave me the whole reaction. To slam the door. Bang. I'm like, and everything. So I'm envisioning that whole thing. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh yeah, just play, bro, just play. And
Yeah,
and I did that, man. Like I said, Adrian and Mike Hopkins and Conrad McCray, may rest in peace, and Luke Jackson. We had a nice team, man. We had some great DJs. We had a real good team. Michael Edwards, I can
yeah.
go on and on. And Grant Secunda before he left, he ended up going to Glenn went to Penn State, and I think he ended up like top three in scoring in Penn State history. Then we had
Mm.
Anthony Harris that went to Connecticut. He's from Connecticut, from Danbury, Connecticut, but he left here and ended up going to Hawaii. He was supposed to be the next Pearl Washington. He won number 31. Anthony Harris was my I was six of us my freshman year, and he was considered that top dog. He was like
It's
number
only
five.
one pearl though.
Number five. Look, so they gave him 31, man. He ended up, and I love him to death, but he got overweight, got a little big, and then school and everything happened, things happen. But make a long story short, he ended up going to Hawaii. And when my man Ant went to Hawaii, we called him Snake. Called him Snake, E. When he went
Yeah.
to Hawaii, you know what he did?
What?
He led the nation in scoring. He averaged 29. Yeah, Anthony Harris, man. Anthony Harris.
Hey
Yeah.
Mo, tell me. I remember you telling me this story a while ago, man, about you just getting into the starting lineup, and you made that phone call. You made the phone call to your mother, and you told her what. Tell the story. Tell me more about it, because that story right there, man,
Yeah, bro.
that was a crazy story.
That was special. It was special. Like I say, coming to the game, third game of the season in my Syracuse history. This was our third game. It was the ACC Big East, uh, ACC Big East Challenge,
Hmm.
and we got Florida State. Florida State had a very good team. Bob Sir. They had
Ooh,
Sam Cassell.
oof.
Doug Edwards. If you don't remember Doug Edwards, he was
Yeah,
they had Rodney Dobar. They had a nice. Oh yeah, they had Charlie Ward.
yeah. Ooh, Heisman winner.
Yeah, exactly. So they had them guys, and we had our crew, and it was at the Omni in Atlanta. So that was where the Atlanta Hawks played, the Omni.
Yeah.
So basically, I go into the locker room, man. We go in as a team, and you know how coach write his little plays and who checking who
Yeah.
strategy. You know, he got his own strategy on the board. So
Right.
I come in and I see my name starred, Moten. You know, I see Moten, Moten Audrey. Well, I think I started in front of Audrey somehow because I think Adrian hurt his ankle. I think Adrian might have hurt his ankle. Make a long story short, I saw my name as the starter, and coach give you time to yourself and everything. And I left the locker room, and I went, walking under the tunnel, and I saw a payphone. So boom, I called on the payphone. Boom, collect call. This ain't no change. Quick joint. I get it. They accept. And I told my mother, and I was like, Mom, they say, hey, what you doing? You got a game? I said, yeah, I'm starred. And she screamed so loud, bro. She screamed so loud. I remember being happy. She's like, oh, baby, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Don't give it back. Yep. And shit, the rest is history. All time lead scoring Big East and Syracuse.
Never gave it back.
Never gave it back, brother. Never gave it back.
So let's talk about Coach B a little bit. Tell me what it was like playing for him. We talked about the confidence he gave you early on, and then give me a good Coach Boeheim story because we got tons of them. So give me a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, coach is coach is coach. He's funny, man. He's witty. He got many personalities. A lot of people don't know, man. A lot of people think a lot of people think he's goofy, but he ain't goofy. Boeheim is very smart, very intellectual, but he's very funny also. So one of the stories I can say, we playing Kentucky at Rupp Arena, and this is my senior year. It's my senior year because Michael Lloyd was the point guard. So
Okay.
he was supposed to go to Arkansas. If you didn't know that, Michael Lloyd was supposed to go to Arkansas, but he ended up coming to Syracuse.
What happened there?
I don't know the whole logistics of what happened, but I know he was supposed to be. He was supposed to be at Arkansas first, and then he was our second choice, and we ended up taking him, and he came in. So all the fans there were getting on him. Mike, cursing him out. Matter of fact, they were saying SAT, SAT, SAT. They was giving him all that, down at Rubber Arena. So yeah, so we listened to all that. First half, Mike go like 0 for 8, 3 turnovers and everything. So Bay walk in the locker room, right? Storm in the locker room. He got the stat sheet in his hand, and he got the stat sheet, but he looking at Mike the whole time, right? Looking at Mike the whole time. So he's like 0 for 8. He's like, you, Mike, you're not giving us nothing. You're not giving us nothing, Mike. What is going on? So Mike, coach gave you the chance. I know if you say what you want to say, he'll let you voice your opinion back.
Right.
Mike say, fuck that, coach. I'm trying the best I can. I'm just old. So they look at him and say, but you supposed to be rough and tough from Baltimore. They start doing this. You supposed to be rough and tough from Baltimore. Baltimore. Don't take it out on me. Let's take it out on them guys. And we all was like, ah. And so funny. Yeah. I said, as I got home, I said, man, Bay tricked us, man. He hyped us up. We all marched in there as one, man. So he a funny guy, man. Even just a funny story. And that was the year, he started talking to Julie my senior year, because we ate dinner in Kentucky at her father's restaurant. So
Okay.
he had introduced us to her. He stood her up. This is my new girlfriend. Blah, 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 blah. That was 94, 95.
Hey, okay.
Still here,
A little side note for in case all the Cuse fans, in case y'all want to know.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, man, funny. Even before that, me and him, on a one-to-one basis for the first time was flying down to New York to receive the preseason player of the year.
Okay.
So in the Big East. So I get the award. Before all that, we had Syracuse Hancock Airport, right?
Yeah.
So we chilling, sitting lounging, waiting on our flight, and two airline stewardess walk past us, right? Two airline stewardess walk past us. So I'm just chilling. Boeheim look at me and say, Lawrence, do you want me to go talk to him or you gonna go talk to him? And we started laughing. I said, man, you crazy. From that point on, I knew he was cool, man. Just a funny guy, man. Just a funny guy.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know you had so many legendary moments and memorable moments in your career, but give me that one game or that one moment that really sticks out to you in your mind, your most memorable game.
Wow. That's tough, E.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I know you had a lot.
If anything I can say, man, beating Georgetown, man, going 4-2 against Georgetown as
Hometown team.
that's my hometown team, hometown bragging rights.
Hmm.
During the summer, and very, very, very competitive, tough nosed team, and got nothing but love and respect for the whole Georgetown organization. John Thompson I'm an alma mater of his high. We went to the same high school. I went to the high school that he went to. A lot of people don't know John Thompson was a great high school basketball player. He was on a team to this day, DC, Maryland, and Virginia, they hold the record. They won 55 games in a row. Archbishop Carroll, where I
Hmm.
where I attended also. They won 55 games in a row, man. They had a very, very good team. Former NBA player too, George Leftwich, was a great player. He was on that team. And Monk Malloy, who ended up being the chancellor for Notre Dame. So, University of Notre Dame.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
very, very talented at the time. Anything I can say about a lot of people don't know this one. I'm gonna give you this one about me and John, what we have in common. John wore number 21 at Carroll. I wore number 21 at Carroll. Me and John had the same number in high school. So I had his number.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
And
before
you
me.
did something with it though. You
Yeah,
held it down though.
yeah. Blessings, man. Blessings.
Absolutely. So one of your best, like, give me a moment from you, like when you played against Georgetown. Then one that really stuck out. You hitting the shot, you getting it, whatever, steal, whatever it might be.
Freshman year, winning the championship, Big East championship at the Garden.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
22-9. Off the victory. You know, nothing like playing in the Garden. That's one of the greatest arenas
Yeah,
in the
the
world.
best.
So, winning the championship there, my freshman year was very big in that tournament, man. And that's when it really hit me too, as far as understanding the Syracuse tradition and the pride. Because
Yeah,
so we win the championship, everybody's hugging, celebrating everything. But we got to fly back to the airport to Syracuse.
yeah,
Flew back to Syracuse, bro. I couldn't believe it, man. About 8,000 people was at the airport waiting on us with the pom poms and everything. Yo, I felt like we won a Super Bowl, man. For
yeah,
real, it was like that. And that's when I hit me. I was like, damn, this shit, this serious. There was 8,000 people at the airport waiting on us, man, to get back. So that was tough, bro. That was tough. Yeah, yeah. And a good thing, it's funny, like I I'm going somewhere else, but I even think of my all my teammates after I left my senior year. My man J Dub took them to the championship. So that was the whole crew. That was my whole crew right there. So I felt like, them was my youngins, that was my
right,
crew.
right.
And I enjoyed every minute of that run. You hear me? And if John wouldn't have fouled out, we'd have won that game.
Yeah, no question, no
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
So I mean, Kerry Kittles. Uh, I mean, name a few guys that you played in the Big East.
Yeah.
But tell me this though. Who is the guy that every night you was like, all right, I gotta like it got you your juices flowing a little bit more, but you knew he was gonna come at you though. It wasn't gonna be somewhere it was like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Who was that guy?
His name is Jesus Shuttlesworth,
Oh yeah,
aka Ray Allen.
yeah,
Great, great player, defender, tenacity. I give Kittles and all them was good, but you had to be ready for Ray. And that was
yeah,
when Ray was flying. He wasn't only stroking it, he was flying. Yeah, he had that bounce. You know,
yeah,
all the new breeds see the late Ray, 3-ball Ray. That's all they seen. They ain't see the Ray to catch the joint off coming off the curl and bang that thing on you.
yeah.
Yeah, Ray Allen was a tough. Big East was very tough, man. Very competitive. You just had to be ready all games. To be honest with you, all games you truly had to be ready from G Town. Of course with AI and my man Junkyard Dog, Jerome Williams. Othello Harrington.
Mm.
They had some big Jihadi White. I mean, they had some very, very good players. Then you go to St. John's and you got Malik Sealy, Felipe Lopez.
Dang.
Yeah, people forgot about, you got, who else they had, man? They had Middleton. They had, oh man, they had St. John's was tough.
What about Seton Hall?
Seton Hall, they had Terry DeHare.
Yeah,
I broke his record. He won
yeah.
his record. So,
It was him and then Chris Mullen. After him, it was you, him, and then Chris Mullen.
exact. No, it was Chris Mullen, him, and then me.
Okay, okay, okay. I knew it was that.
He
That was the
broke
top
Chris.
three.
He passed Chris Mullen, and then
Okay.
that's how that worked. But yeah, you got Terry DeHead. They had dude named Arturas Carnivorous. They could shoot the joint. Brian Caver, 6'6" point guard that was solid.
And they ain't have them back in the day. That wasn't no. You ain't really see them 6'6" point guards like that, right?
Brian Caver, 6'6" point guard. Slim was
Yeah.
tough. Was very tough, man. We still stay in contact too. It's a blessing with the social media now. That's one of the good things, and you can still stay in contact with somebody that we cool. We ain't no friends, and that's my we just respect each other. But it's good to
Yeah.
hear from him.
No question. No, I get it. Absolutely.
Yeah,
So you get 1995, you get drafted 36th pick by the Vancouver Grizzlies. I mean, just like take me through that moment. Like
yeah, yeah. That
you've
was
been working so hard, or you've been working so hard for this. You know what I'm saying? And then for it to come to life, like what's that mean for you? What does
yeah,
that mean to
absolutely, absolutely. First of all, one of the blessings was I tell people all the time just to get picked.
you? Right.
One of 60. All these people in the whole world, you one of 60. And that was truly, truly a blessing. I was at my grandmother's house and I had my family there. We had our crab legs and everybody. But and the post standard ended up flying. They flew some people from Syracuse to video me. So I forget what station it was, but they came and they called my name and everything, man, and it's crazy. Everybody was screaming in the house and everybody was happy. And the first thing I did, man, I ran upstairs. When they called my name and everything, everybody was happy and everything, and I was ugly. I ran upstairs, man, and I went and got on my knees, and I thank God for the opportunity to fulfill my dream and making the NBA. No matter how long it was, you made it. And I was blessed for that. And yeah, that was definitely a great, great feeling and a great moment for everybody to be happy. And it showed that you put in the work, good things are happening.
Absolutely. I mean, so like, let's talk about that NBA experience a little bit more. You got to play in Vancouver, but you got to play for your hometown team, the
Absolutely.
Washington Bullets, and you got to play against MJ. So I mean, You
absolutely,
was
man.
playing during that time when it was like, you know,
I can. Well, we can say I played in one of the greatest eras, and that's because they had the greatest player. But very, very, very competitive. It was a different game than what it is now. It's a total, total different game. You had true centers, you had true power forwards, and they didn't mind using them fouls either. You hear me? So it was you had to be very strong mentally and physically during that time. I definitely accepted the challenge. My career high uh, in the NBA game was 26. I did that
mm,
twice. And I think my career average is 6.7 points. I averaged 6.7 points a game, and I started for 10 games in my career. And in those 10 games that I started, because Anthony Peeler got hurt. Remember Anthony Peeler?
yeah,
Anthony Peeler went down.
absolutely. Left hand, left hand.
Lefty,
Shoot
lefty.
that thing.
Exactly, exactly. So I came in for Anthony and started 10 games. In that 10 games that I started, your man averaged 14.5.
Mm.
Averaged a solid 14.5 a game, man. And
When given the opportunity.
that's all it's about. That's what I tell people
Yeah.
it's all it's about, because it's funny how the NBA works too. When things happen for a reason, I don't regret nothing that ever happened to me. But as soon as he came back, I went right back to not playing no more. It was like crazy. I was like, man, I just was giving these people 14 a game.
Business, nah.
Yeah, it was a business. I had an assistant coach used to always tell me, this too shall pass, Lawrence. Because I'd be in practice, doing well. This too shall pass, Lawrence. I'm like, man, ain't nobody trying to hear that, coach.
Right.
I'm doing what I gotta do, man. But it was a time, where I can honestly say that uh, they respected the older guys, so they gave them as much run as they could. They respected that. It was a respect thing, and I could understand. But I was like more, man. We the Vancouver Grizzlies, man. We a new franchise. We ain't that good, man. Let's rock with the new. Yeah,
You
you
got to give whoever you put out there and doing what they got to do. You got to stick with them. It can't be any politics. You trying to grow
know,
something.
it's a lot of that in it, man. But you just have to roll with the punches, brother.
Yeah. What would be your best moment in the NBA? It would be that 26-point game.
Yeah, yeah. And that was against the Lakers. That was against the
So
Lakers.
who the Lakers have at
And
that
I'm gonna tell
time?
you this, and I can say I had one Kobe comment. Kobe was on that team. Kobe,
Okay, what was that? Let me know. Let me hear that.
Kobe, Eddie Jones. They had,
Ooh, yeah.
they had George Lynch. They had a nice. They had Nick Van Exel. Nick at night.
Ooh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
quick,
They had
quick Nick, quick
yeah,
Nick,
Nick
Nick
at
at night. You
night.
said,
So yeah, they had Nick at night. That's what they called him, Nick at night. My
yeah,
man,
Nick
Nick
at
at
night.
night.
Yeah.
So look, uh, your man, your man El Moten was on fire. I mean, I actually at one stretch hit like three straight three balls. Bang, 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 bang. Playing good, and I had crossed Eddie up. I crossed Eddie up and went to the rack and got fouled. So boom, I'm at the free throw. Kobe over here at they on the line, and he's like, "Oh, that was a nice cross." That was the only encounter I ever had with Kobe Bryant.
Yeah. Hey, that's big time though.
Oh, that was a nice cross. And then I'm at the free throw line, get ready to shoot my free throw. Yeah, man. So, man, great, great memories. A lot of great players, man, during that time, man. And blessing to know all of them. Big Ticket, KG.
Mm.
That's my guy. We had the same agent, so I always talk to KG. Isaiah Ryder. You know,
Yeah, Baby Jordan. They put a Baby Jordan.
So just some great times, man. Great memories. Just chilling with me and my man Stephon Marbury and KG. That's when they was at Minnesota. So whenever I came to Minnesota, I'm chilling with them. You know, whenever I went to Milwaukee, I'm chilling with Big Dog and my man Moochie Noise.
Glenn Robinson, big Glenn Robinson. If you ain't know, you ain't got to say that. You can just tell me, Big Dog. I already know.
Right. They know. Tell him
I already
Glenn
know.
Robinson. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, so times like that. When I'm in Carolina, I'm with Jeff McGinnis, Stackhouse, and Rasheed Wallace. Like during that time, like because I used to go do Stackhouse camps. Me and Jerry Stackhouse was real cool.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how God works. My teammate in prep school was Conzo Martin, head coach at
Killing it at Missouri.
Missouri right now, man. So I've seen these guys put their work in too, and everything they get, they deserve for sure. Because Conzo, as us players, and that was my teammate. He had that coaching mentality, and that's how I got to know Big Dog because him and Big Dog played at Purdue together. They was at
Oh
Purdue.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were teammates. That's how I got to. That's the only reason how I got to know Big Dog was through Conzo. That's how funny. The circle. See how the circle is that NBA family, Slim.
That basketball circle, period, though, too. Like
That
when you
basketball circle. That
you
basketball.
play high level, it's everybody know of each other. You know what I mean? It's just how it goes.
Right. That basketball circle. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
All right, man. We're gonna have a little fun real quick. I just want you to describe these guys to me in a few words, and then if you want to share a story, feel free. Uh, John Wallace,
J Dub. My
J Dub,
favorite. My favorite. My favorite teammate. My favorite teammate during my time. Absolutely, J Dub.
J Dub, Mike Hopkins. Give me a Hop story, man. You got to give me a story with this because we all know Hop, man. That energy on 10.
Let me tell you about Hop was a very, very Hop made you better in practice. He pushed you. Mike was just an energizer, man. Just a
Yeah.
very hard worker. And don't forget, like when I was a freshman, he was like a junior. You know what I mean? So he was ahead of me.
Right.
It was like, but I just I can say I truly appreciated Hop. Hop worked very hard. He was the one winning all the sprints and all that type of thing. Yeah, he put in yeah, he put in the work. He put in the work. He put in
Right.
the work, and if you left him open, he'd knock it down. And he thought he had bounce. He thought he had bounce. He was dunking too. He was
Yeah,
dunking.
he's 6'5". He better. He's about 6'6".
Yeah, he was dunking. He was dunking with ease too. He was dunking with ease. He was funny. He was funny with it. He was funny with it. He was funny. Mike, good guy though. You're hard worker.
Adrian Autry.
My man, Double A. Double A, man, great guy, man. Like I say, man, great teammates. Um, I gotta, oh, but we just had some great times, man. Great teammate, New York. This was even before I knew Asia.
Harlem.
I knew Asia before we even were teammates at Syracuse because we played against each other. Um, the New York DC circuit, summer leagues and AAU, and even high school. Archbishop Carroll, we had it was called the King Cotton Classic in Arkansas. In Arkansas, so all the top teams, I don't know if you knew, like USA Today, at my high school, we was number 6 in the country. And I got as high as 6. That was the highest I got. USA Today, we was 6. But in DC, Maryland, Virginia, we was always like top 10.
And
You know,
Archbishop Carroll, that's a private joint, right? That's a private
Catholic,
school.
yep, Catholic school,
Catholic school.
yep,
Yep. Yep.
Catholic, yep, yep. That was my first scholarship, bro. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have to pay, man. But it was an athletic school too. Like I said, Marvin went there. We had a lot of pros that even before me, like in the '80s and the '70s, that were amazing. So just some real tough games and tough times. So give me the question again.
So, Adrian, you was talking about when you was playing in the classic in Arkansas.
Econ Classic. Thank you. So in that classic. Eddie Jones was in that classic. Eddie Jones is from Florida, from Pano Beach, Florida. He was in the classic. Dude named Cliff Rozier was from Arkansas. Scotty Thurman, Corey Beck, that point guard they had,
Yep.
that was at Arkansas. So we all, and Adrian Autry, Brian Reese. Adrian Autry, Brian Reese went to Carolina and did well too, while Adrian was at Syracuse.
Yep.
So always had that circuit, man, and just before that, so I knew Adrian. So always respected Adrian. New York forever. Had the New York personality, and
Yeah.
I knew all. We knew all the hot songs and all that. Adrian had all that. Who was hot. The fact I remember bringing the first. He came to my room, came out. We stay on South Campus, so he run up the stairs. Boom. I got it. I got it. I go, I got it. I got it. Like, what you got, yo? Boom. He had the Ready to Die, Biggie Small
Oh
CD.
yeah. It was hype.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was hype there.
it just came out. It
You're
just
right.
came out. It just came out. So, and so boom, he played the joint, we listened to the joint. I'm like, oh, we was like, oh, this fire right here, so that was a good time, man. He was a good guy.
So Mo, a quick story too, because I remember when you came back on campus. I think you came back and you was finishing up, and might have been during my sophomore year. I
It
was
was a
up there, but
sophomore year. It was a sophomore year, bro.
it had to be my sophomore year. This is because I was thinking about it, man, and it was my sophomore year. I just remember you was up at practice all the time, and I just remember you saying, "Man, kill him, Slim!" Like you always gassing me up and making me feel good. And I'm talking about, we know who you were, bro. Like it's an all time at the time, all time lead scorer in Big East history. So I'm a sophomore, so I'm still young, kind of. And for you to be
It was a
doing
sophomore year, though, man. God.
sophomore, you
Wow.
did that for me. That put my confidence at from. I was already, what I'm saying, a confident dude, but it was like, how that do for a kid like that.
Right.
and
Right.
and then to be able to have like that's just like how the Syracuse family is though. And then we was I was kicking it with you and learning from you and you was just like helping me out with everything, man. And but that's kind of Syracuse family in a nutshell. I just remember that was my first memory of you, Mo. Really, when you came back,
Right.
just being
I
around
was
and,
at
and
every practice too. I was at every practice too.
mouse in the house.
Yep. Absolutely.
Mouse in the house. Like AO always used to be, man, I'm telling you, like that's
Yeah.
man, that's my first memory, and I just remember that, Mo. That was like it changed me as a player. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Yeah.
it really
Yeah.
changed me to have
No,
somebody
but
come in.
it's positive motivation, man.
Yeah.
And I saw the talent, and and I saw it, man. So it was just giving you that extra boost, understanding that in order to truly be successful, you gotta understand dudes gonna be coming at you. But you gotta
Mm,
be looking for the challenge because it get harder and harder the further you go up. You know what I mean? And you've held your own, man. I'm truly happy for you, Slim. I tell you that all the time, even off this. When we ain't on the screen. I tell you that all
yeah,
the time.
yeah,
You
for
doing some
sure.
great things, man. You raising your girls right, man. Just keep doing the right thing. Everything gonna work out, and you're gonna keep getting blessed. Just like I'm gonna keep getting blessed. You know how I go, man. At the end of the day, I got a 96-year-old grandmother, man, and she always tell me, say, baby, it's all about your character. It ain't got nothing to do with no money or nothing. It's how you treat people. But they ain't gonna want to know. When you're dead and gone, all they want to know what type of person you were.
No
Not how
question.
much, not how much money you had or what you did. What type of person were you, man? So I just try to, carry it on a straight level, man. Ain't nobody perfect, but just learn that from her, man. She 96, man. Keep me laughing. I I'm so thankful for her, man. I don't know if I ever told you the story. I called. No, she called me about 3, 4 in the morning one day. So I pick up the phone. I'm kind of like nervous, like, because that was unexpected. I'm like, Grandma, what's wrong? What's going on? She said, boy, LeBron James just got traded to the Lakers. Right? So I'm like, oh man, I'm like, oh, all right, Grandma. I said to myself, oh, my grandmother losing it, man. She losing it, man. I hang up, man, go to sleep, wake up in the morning. We wake up in the morning. First thing we turn on TV is ESPN. Boom.
Yeah.
Breaking news: LeBron James traded to the Lakers, man. Hey, I said,
She
oh,
on top of it.
I said, my grandmama ain't missing a beat. You hear me, Slim? She ain't missing a beat, dog. That was
That's a
funny.
blessing too.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So Mo, your jersey hangs in the rafters in the Carrier Dome, one of the greatest college, basketball places to play basketball ever. It's up there for all time. What is that feeling? What did that mean to you? What does that mean to you now? But what did it mean to you, when you found out and you knew you were going to be up there, forever?
Yeah, it was a good feeling, man. It was a good feeling. I used to, you don't even know, like even before it actually happened, I used to get so many, like, just everywhere I would go, or somebody I would see would always be like, man, why they ain't retire your jersey? When they gonna retire your jersey? I had to hear that all the time. But
Right. I remember hearing it.
my main thing was, and I used to tell them, you know, it'll happen when it's time. At the right time, it'll happen. So, no matter how long it took or whatever, man, I knew it was gonna happen. That's one thing I did know. I did know it was gonna happen. I didn't, and when I got the call, it was truly a good day, a good day. Good hearing, and just you know letting people, it was truly them understanding, what I've done. No matter how long it took, I wasn't worried about that, as much as. But I used to hear it all the time, and I would just to be like, it'll happen when it happens. You know what I mean? And it was blessed to happen, man. Perfect time. My two daughters were out on the court with me, man. That was a beautiful feeling, and to actually see that, you know, raised up there is truly, truly a beautiful feeling because, when I walk in the dome, I don't know about you, but when I walk in the dome, I feel like I'm walking in my house.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
Big old house, man. And I remember, it was like I felt like I'm walking in the house, so all the people that was there were like friends and everything, and I wanted to make everybody happy. We was going, and the majority of the time, we won a lot of games in that joint. So, just good times, man, good times. And, even I go back to my freshman year, and the third game, my first game of my career, Syracuse, we played Cornell. I had 12 and 10. I had 12 points and 10 rebounds. See? Then we
Double double first game.
first game off the bench. Then the second game, I had like 10. I had 10 points. And then that third game was Florida State, and I had 22. And so, but back to I'm lacing my shoes up, getting ready for my second game of my career at Syracuse, and Dave Johnson coming again. Because Dave used to go shoot around early before everybody. Game's at 7 o'clock. Dave might be there 4:30, and they're getting up shots. So boom, Dave come in the locker room all sweaty, everything like, man, you need to go out there, Mo. I'm like, what you talking about? Man, you just need to go out there. So I lace up my shoes and everything, and I go out to the dome. There you have it, bro. That's when I first saw Lawrence. It was like quote quote Lawrence poetry in Moten, on a big sheet, on section like 303 at the top of the joint. And every time I would come out there, now I would get in a peace sign, and they would all, like wave and everything.
That's where it came from.
Yeah, it ended up being her name was Rose. Rose. Uh, she she was a season ticket holder for 33 years. And she said, when she first saw me, just watched me high, she said, you just look like you're gliding from up top. She said, from up top, it looks like you're gliding. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
She up on the top, Joy. She's like, 33 years, that's my favorite. So, and she ended up passing away, man. May she rest in peace. And the crazy thing is, now after I finished playing my playing career, and I don't know if you know Mickey Walker. You know Mickey Walker?
Yeah, yeah, I know Mickey, yeah.
Mickey had a tour team, so we used to play Kentucky, Florida, Louisville, and all them teams. And yeah, this was like when I was after the pros and everything. So we came up to play Syracuse in 2003, the championship year. So this is my first time ever, out of all the times I played at Syracuse and been in that Curry Dome, I never walked all the way to the visiting side. I never knew how that bathroom or none of that looked.
Oh yeah, right.
None of that looked. You hear me?
Right.
Right. So now I'm a visitor. And I'm going on that hallway walk, that walk seemed dreary. Now I go in the business locker room, that joint seemed dreary. I'm like, man. So boom, I put on my gear. We was called the Upstate New York team. I put on my gear, go out to the joint, the dome, see everybody was happy, seeing me, whatever. And boom, why was the sign up, Sam? The sign, she had died. She had died.
Oh,
So boom, the sign was still up. Ended up playing the game. That's when I knew Melo and them. I was like, they was gonna be tough. They blew us out too. But your man had 29. I give him 29.
don't let that slip away.
Back
You
back
know?
back at the crib.
Right.
Back in my house. I did have to deuce nine. You know. So after the game, I go. You know how we go into the tunnel, right? How we have to go come in,
Yep.
and I see the sun, and we hugged and everything. And he said, "Man," I said, "Man, I was happy to see that." He's like, "Man, do you know my mother would have rolled over in her grave 30 times if I didn't you come back to the dome, and I would have been it would have been a travesty for that to not be up there." So I took blessing of that, man. That's when I really you appreciate what you've done for some people. And no matter how many ways you might think, you bless people just like you getting blessed, I'm getting blessed. We bless people too.
But people don't. I mean, Mo, and while we on the topic, people don't understand how much Syracuse fans care, and like it's a part of their lives. Like we are a part of their lives. They almost feel like we're family. So
Yeah.
like, what does that mean to you? Like, what does the Syracuse fans mean to you, and what does the community mean to you of
Oh
Syracuse?
man, it's big. Syracuse is definitely my second home. You know, I'm blessed, like coming up here at the university, and I tell people too, like even when I was at Syracuse, my mother told me one thing and it stuck with me. She said, "You're gonna be at that university, but just don't stay on that hill. Get to know the people in the town."
Yeah,
And I was blessed to do that my freshman year, and I still know them guys to this day. And still got good connections to this day by meeting people in the community. And yeah, these people here definitely bleed orange. The best fans in the world, if you ask me. You
yeah,
know, truly passionate about what we do. For sure. So I ain't got nothing but love for the people here in the Cuse, man. And like I said, more blessings definitely will be coming for us. Definitely.
absolutely. So these two restaurants right here, two staples in Syracuse. Which one of them is your favorite? Prime Steakhouse or Dinosaur Barbecue? You
Oh,
look now. Look, you might get a sponsorship on this. Now, I'm
prime,
just
prime
huh?
steak and lobster. Prime steak and lobster and the shrimp. Yep.
Danny Clam,
If the prime need a commercial, I got
Danny Clam. You hear this? I hope we reaching out right now. If you
you. Yeah,
need a commercial, if you need something, we here.
we here.
Come on, man. Hey. All right, Mo. Last question. I'm gonna let you get out of here, man. What are your thoughts this year on the Syracuse team? Having seen them play a few games,
Yeah,
what do you think they can do going forward this year?
yeah. I'm liking what I'm seeing, man. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I like the Richmond guy, very crafty. You know, he's a walking bucket list.
He can play.
I like my guy Woody Newton. You know, Woody's been playing very well within himself, and who really surprised me. And after seeing what I saw last night, if I'm the coach, he gonna be playing, and that's answering. Very athletic, very athletic. You know, I still wish we had a big body, but I like what we got, man. We'll see. You know, one thing that will not be to our advantage, and hopefully it doesn't hurt us, and that's what we just talked about. That's the lack of the fans. You know,
Right.
playing in that dome right now. I'm watching that, and it's like
That dome a big advantage, Mo.
it's the big advantage when the fans there. When the fans
Right.
there, it ain't no advantage because now the visiting team can have confidence, and you can hear them screaming and hollering when they making their run. Yeah, we making out. Do you know that first? Like yesterday, I'm thinking they hit about the first 8 out of 9 threes. That dome
That
would have
thing
been,
would have been.
it would have been rocking. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So just a little thing like that. Hopefully, it doesn't hurt us. You know, by not having our fans there, because we definitely that's our advantage when we got them in there. We just talked about it. They our post. The fans are our post,
No question. I agree. So Mo, man, I appreciate you coming on. I just want to let everyone know who listens that Mo Lawrence is doing a lot of good stuff in the community. I mean, he's teaching and coaching the young kids, doing a lot of community events, and that just goes to show again, how the Syracuse family is, and how the community is. And Mo, I appreciate you coming on and doing everything you're doing for the community. And we definitely gonna catch up again soon, man.
man. Absolutely, brother.